Yeah.
Good. But so this is again a very formal requirement, right? I'm asking for your permission to record the meeting just in case, right? But I think it's very important for the ones, for your companions, the ones who are not here, to have the chance to listen and watch everything we say, right, in these encounters, in these meetings, all right?
Okay.
So, first of all, I'm going to show you the agenda that I prepared for today. Just give me a sec. Okay. So for today, right, for Pdce Iii, it sounds like a tongue twister, right? This is our second synchronous meeting. You know what? Somebody is with, I don't know, with paper or the sound that interrupts the communication. So please, everybody, mute your phones, your microphones, right? So if everybody mutes the microphone, it's going to be better, right? Okay. So the agenda, I was saying, the agenda for today, it's a tentative agenda, right? First of all, I'm going to try to give you feedback on week one of what you've done in week one. And as we are entering week two, we'll start organizing our work for this week. Some extra words that I want to highlight. I need you to build a community of practice. I need you to ensure that you are all communicated, integrated among yourselves, right? I guess that you should, or you have, and then I'm going to, you do have a WhatsApp group, do you? Okay.
Yes.
So within that group, please share all the materials and all the tasks with the students who are not able to attend these meetings. Okay? Yes? So everybody is in the WhatsApp group? Yes? Are you all there? Okay,
Yes.
good. So that's good, right? So here we are. This is the agenda. And then the other issue that concerns us today is that I need you to check periodically the labels noticias and anuncios that it's in our classroom, right? Noticias, it's already there, and then today or tonight, I'm going to try to create the anuncios label. So I can post all the videos there, I mean, all the videos of the meetings and all news and whatever. So we'll take it as a kind of news bulletin, all right? Yes? So let's start. Let's start. Feedback on week one, right? Remember that for week one, we had a welcome activity. In that welcome activity, there were two tasks. One was a forum called My Choice, and the other was a Padlet. As regards to the forum My Choice, it was awesome, people. Really, really great. I loved all your productions, contributions, and posts, right? Awesome work. There was good food for thought, right? What you've written there is good food for thought. That talks about you as global citizens, right? So it really, I was really very happy to read what you've written there. We've made very interesting choices, right, of to quote from Chloe, and also your thoughts. We are very like thought-provoking, right? The quotations, your reflections, that were interesting and thought-provoking. So I'm very, very happy with that. Yeah. So congratulations for all of you. Then something that I want to highlight here is, to sum up, is the connector most used in your contributions there, right? Most of you, I would say like 90% of you, used to sum up to end or to introduce a conclusion of your contribution. Now, what other connectors do we know of instead of to sum up? Let's
In all.
in all.
Finally.
Okay, in all, then
In conclusion.
in conclusion.
Finally.
Another one.
Finally.
Finally, all right. Another one.
All in all.
All in all. In short. Remember, in short. Yes. Thus, if we write thus plus a comma, also indicates conclusion, right? So remember that to sum up is not the only connector that we can use. All right? Yes. Now, also remember that in Oxford Grammar Practice, chapter 17, we do have here lots of possibilities, right, as regards connectors. So if you need a revision of connectors, go to that chapter and revisit the concepts of connectors and enumerators and transitional words. Okay? Yes?
Okay.
Let's continue with our presentation today. So, no, okay. Then, as regards Padlet, right? Great content, people. I really love what you've written there. It was kind of, I would say, almost poetic, what you contributed with, right? There were also very interesting comments and feedback on your companions' work. So you were able to establish an interaction between your mate and yourself. So that's great, right? You are kind of helping your mates and your companions to grow as writers by providing peer feedback. This is very important, remember, okay? So, and then another point that I would like to emphasize is that we are integrating technology in our classrooms, right? By using Padlet, by using the forums, by using all the links to extra material, we are integrating technology. And I guess that we discussed that last week when I said, I mean, most of you attended that subject that it's called teaching with technology, right? So it's high time that we use it here. All right, good. Now I would like to ask you, let's do this before we pass on to week 2. Very briefly, questions, doubts, difficulties you had while carrying out the tasks, these 2 tasks. No difficulties, no doubts. Come on, people, this is the time for you to ask me.
Maybe when thinking about the ideas to write, it's like I have many ideas and I want to write everything, and sometimes I don't know how to put them all together.
Okay, so how did you solve that, Didi? How did you solve that difficulty?
Well, I tried to write them all, but then I choose what I think is better or fits better in the text.
Okay, definitely. So here what we are talking about is the question of hierarchy, right?
Yeah.
when Didi says, I wrote them all and then I thought about what was most important. Okay, so she's choosing, she's selecting or providing hierarchy to her work. But before, she outlined or she had the very first draft. Remember the writing process. Remember the writing process, like writing all the ideas.
Organization.
Andres?
Yes, organization is the first important.
Okay, but before organization, Andy, we need to have the ideas. So first of all,
Yes, yes.
brainstorming ideas, then organizing them. And when we organize, we give them hierarchy. Okay? Is that clear? Yes?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Very good. Okay. Any other difficulties you had?
My difficulty, sorry,
Yes,
in the
Noelia.
vocabulary.
Vocabulary. What happened?
I found it difficult to, yes, I found it difficult to find a proper vocabulary to express my ideas. Maybe I thought about a word like great or good, and I know that I have to avoid that kind of word.
Okay.
So
how did you solve that problem?
I searched for synonyms
Good.
in Google.
Yes, very good. Okay, very good. Even when you are writing in a Word document, right, with a word processor, then if you select the word, right-click on the word, right, one of the options that you have here is synonyms. So then you choose a synonym that you can add instead of, for example, important, you want to say important, and you've used the word important so many times, the computer might give you the possibility of replacing it with outstanding. Now, so you put outstanding. The only problem is that you need to be pretty sure that that word outstanding fits the context, right, of what you're writing. So what you need to do is to work with the dictionary, okay? So then you go to the dictionary, look for outstanding, and you try to analyze if outstanding fits the content, the context of your writing. Is that clear? Yes? That's a very good, that's a very interesting and useful strategy, Noelia. Very good. Any other? Yes, ahí Andres is showing me another dictionary. That's very good. Any other difficulty or doubt? No?
The same as Noelia said.
Okay, the question of vocabulary. Well, we need to work with vocabulary a lot, people, right? That's why you are going to be exposed to rich input, right? Okay, any other? No? No difficulties? Okay, shall we continue? Yes? You can use, okay, you can use the reactions at the bottom of the page, right? Like the one that is appearing on the screen, right? Thumbs up. Okay, so I'll continue, right? Okay. So let's go to week 2. Sorry, week 2, right? What's coming, right? What's coming here in our class? So we've been working with the section presentation in our classroom, virtual classroom. Now, instead of going to presentation, you're going to go to classes, right? Just below presentation, the section classes. When you go to classes, the class that it's going to appear is the first class that is called Success and Failure. Success and Failure is a chapter 2 or unit 2 from this book. The book that is here that I'm showing the picture, 21st Century Reading, right? So we are going to work with chapter 2, unit 2. The audio files and the talk that are necessary to carry out the tasks are linked from the classroom to National Geographic Learning, right? So everything is within the classroom in National Geographic, but then I'm going to show it to you. And the tasks that you need to carry out this week are two. There are two forums. One of the forums is called critical thinking, and the other is called project work. Okay, so you would have to write a little bit more than what you wrote for week 1. The due date for these is Wednesday the 29th, so you have a little more than a week, right? It's from Monday to Wednesday. Okay, so try to, I'm setting deadlines so you organize yourself, because if I tell you no deadlines at all, then you leave everything for the last moment, and then we are going to be in trouble. Okay, so try to work a little bit every day, right? I know that it's difficult. Everybody's having a very difficult situation at home, right, with the family and everything, but let's make an effort. Okay, good. So I'm going to show you now the classroom, our classroom. Wait a minute. Okay, so can you see them? Wait. Okay, I guess that you can see our classroom now.
Yes.
Yes, you see the classes, classes tab, right? Success and failure. This is the very first thing that you're going to see. It says, during this week, we will deal with Unit 2, Success and Failure, from the book 21st Century Reading. So if I click on 21st Century Reading, let's see what happens. You are directed to Google Drive, where you have access to the whole book. So you need to go to Unit 2, which is called Success and Failure. All right? Yes? Good.
Yes.
Then it says you will have to work with pages 24, 39. That's the whole unit. So let's organize. What I'm trying to do here is to organize you. You're going to see that it's very, very strict, right? But I'm trying to help you to organize yourself. So you go to the link 21st Century Reading, and you open the book on page 26. Then there is a reading there. You can read and listen at the same time to the audio files, right? I want you, tell me, can you see this page?
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
It's the page of National Geographic. It's National Geographic Learning, right? And it's a student page. So here you have the audio to the text, all right? So what you need to be careful here is to choose book 4, because it's the advanced one. Then the audio, you need to select the unit, Unit 2, and then the track. Wait, Unit 4, Unit 2, and track 3, Lesson A, right? And in that, if you play
The School in the Cloud, a project created by 2013 TED.
Okay, so you start listening and reading at the same time, okay? Once you do that, once you listen and you read at the same time, you have to carry out the tasks that are on pages 30, 33, right? Now, here it says, you don't need to hand in these answers now, but you may be asked, sorry, there's a spelling mistake there. You may, so no, there is no spelling mistake. I'm changing the structure now. So you don't need to hand in these answers now, but I may ask you to hand them in in the near future. Okay? So the idea is people complete the tasks, write them down on a sheet of paper, because I might ask you to hand them in 2 or 3 weeks' time. Okay? Yes?
Okay.
Good. So these, the answers to the exercises on these pages 30, 33, don't have to be handed in. Now, what you have to hand in via forum, that means there's a forum that it's called Success and Failure, right? It's the critical thinking section where you have 2 choices, right? One choice, it's called evaluating, or the other choice is called personalizing. Every point has different questions. You have to choose only one and write your answer to the question in one well-written paragraph of about 200 words. Yes?
Okay.
Good. Now, when you enter the forum, you are going to see that it is completely blank, because you are not allowed to read your companion's answers until you post your question. So once you post your questions, then, and only then, will you be able to read what your companions have written. Okay? Yes?
Okay.
Okay. Good.
Okay.
Good. And then part B, in part B, we are going to work with pages 34, 39. And you need to work with an audio file and with a video. The audio file is here, yes, and again, if you go to the audio file, it's unit 2, but instead of lesson A, it's going to be lesson B.
I have not failed. I just found 10.
Okay, all right, let's continue.
Yeah.
And then in the same, on the same page, you see that we are talking about audios. We are working with audios. You go to videos, right? And then on video, when you are on video, again, you check that you are in book 4 session. You select the unit. We are working with unit 2. And immediately, unit 2, and immediately we have access to the lecture, okay? We listen to the lecture and we carry out the exercises on the book. What you have to hand in, it's the project exercise that it's on page 39. So once you finish, it's a very short research project, right? You have to research on a person that experienced failures and learned from failures and then was later successful, okay? So when you finish doing that project, collecting some images and perhaps some videos or music or whatever, you go to the forum, which is called Project Work, and you post your project there for everybody to see. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. Now, questions, doubts about what you have to do for next week.
Anna.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I have no doubts, but I would like to talk to you about the virtual classroom.
Who's talking?
Yes.
Mariana? Mariana?
Mariana Carrera.
Sí,
Yes.
okay. Mariana, wait, I mean, as regards, are you going to talk about technical issues?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
wait a moment. I mean, first of all, I want to see if the work for class for week 2 is understood. Is it clear?
The person for the research, Anna, is
Yes, Fatima.
it has to be a famous person.
No, it's here in the book. Let me check.
Okay.
It says you have to select, there are like 12 people here, right?
Okay.
But if you have somebody in mind, you can use that person too. Okay,
great.
Somebody that you have in mind. Okay? Okay.
Thank you, Anna.
All right. Anything else?
Anna,
Yes.
the project can be a PowerPoint, some kind of presentation?
No. Try to...
Only written?
Yes, it's written because you have to write. So you can add,
Yes,
you can add some pictures or a video, but very short. The idea is that you write at least 3 paragraphs, right, in that project. Okay?
Yes. Okay.
Because it's a report, you have to report, right? I mean, the text type that we are going to deal with, it's report. And the genre, it's going to be description with some instances of narration. You should be writing it down, right? So report,
sorry, can you repeat that, please?
Yes, of course. Report is the text type, right? So how to organize a report. This is what we need to think. How we organize reports. Now, the genre that we might find in reports are mostly descriptions with instances of narration, because a report is to describe something that happened or a person, okay, or a place. All right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Any other doubts or comment as regards the work, as regards the content?
Sorry, Anna, you mentioned instances of narration. Does that mean that we have to write about maybe an experience from that person or something?
Perhaps an anecdote, very short, right?
Okay.
But also people, you don't have to write a term paper, right? It should be short, concise. All right? Good.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
No.
So, Mariana, your question, because we have 9 minutes, right?
Yes, I couldn't enter to the virtual classroom, so I would like to know if you have registered my email or something like that. I don't know. I don't know how it works.
Because Mariana, what's your question? Yeah. Were you able to enter the classroom?
No.
Okay, so you need to talk with Daniel and Hector, because I've already included you. You are in my list. I enrolled you. I registered you, right?
Okay.
So
okay.
whenever I enter the classroom, you are in the list. Now, if you cannot enter the classroom, I cannot do anything. So you need to discuss it with Hector or with Daniel.
Okay, I will ask him.
Okay,
Thank
good.
You.
I know that some of you have problem accessing the classes. I don't know what happened, right? I was given the list last week, right? It was kind of late last week, and the lists were incomplete. So then all of the additional students started coming, right? So I mean, the moment they came into my email, I registered them into the classes, but I don't know why they can't enter, right? So I don't know if it's a problem, a technical problem or something with the platform, and okay, but you should be able to enter, Mariana, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Good. Anyway, Mariana, what we said at the very beginning is that get in touch with your companions, and your companions can give you the material, right? The links and everything to the material. And then if you cannot upload your work, what you can do is to give your production to one of your companions, and then your companions write it, right, on your behalf. For example, Andrea Saldias included Rosario Iborra's work because she is having problems entering the classroom, right? So whenever you have that kind of problem, I mean, look for a companion and ask your companion to upload your production, okay?
Okay.
6 minutes, 6 minutes more. Questions? No?
Yes, Anna, I am rereading the instructions. And in part A, sorry, exercise number 4.
Yeah.
We should take instructions for the critical thinking section on page 33, and then we write on the forum. Is it right?
Yes, that's it. You have to choose. You see that it says either evaluating, right? And in evaluating, there is one possibility, and the other is personalizing. I'm just checking here. And in personalizing, there are 3 questions, right? What you have to do is choose either the evaluating or the personalizing point and write a paragraph of 200 words in the forum. Okay? Yes. Now, one thing, people, whatever you write in the forums should be backed up, right, in a Word document on your computer, right? So first of all, write on your computer in a Word document, right? You save it to your computer and then you select, copy, and paste it on the forum, okay? All right.
I did it.
Yes. Another questions? No?
No.
Yes, I have adapted. In the forums, we should leave a line in between because the processor of that forum doesn't work properly.
Not allowed. No, it does not allow it, right? So it's everything is crammed there. Yeah. So so you do it beautifully in your Word document, and then when you pass it on the code, it's a disaster. But anyway, what can we, right? We are making do with whatever we have.
Okay.
Anna.
Yes.
Can we write more than one paragraph?
Who's
because maybe the organization of the ideas took me more than one paragraph.
Okay, who's asking? Who's asking? Mariana?
No.
No. Who asked the question?
I think it was Virginia.
Virgin, perhaps because she's kind of frozen there. Yes, if you need to write 2 paragraphs, it's all right. But remember that paragraphs should have a topic sentence, sub-ideas, supporting material, and a closure. Okay?
Yes.
Yes? So remember that, right? Because some of your productions in the previous forums, right, in week 1, some of them lacked this organization, and we need to be very careful. So remember it, right? Go back to your previous production, what you did in forum 1, go back to the production and check if you have topic sentence, sub-ideas, and supporting material. Okay, remember that organization is very important. Yes. Then for week 3, we are going to start working with some grammar issues too, not only.
Yeah, are you going to upload the grammar book to a drive?
Grammar book, exactly, yes, and atonement, right, too. So you can start reading.
You have already done it.
Did I? I did it.
Yes, with atonement.
Okay.
I have received a copy.
You received it?
Yes, I have downloaded it.
Okay. Okay, I just. Oh.
No, it's okay. We are all kind of crazy with this situation.
No, it's terrible because there are so many classrooms, people, that I have no idea what I am doing. I told you at the very beginning, I sat down here at 9 o'clock, and I'm still here sitting at the computer. Unbelievable, right? And I looked through the window and I see that it's night, and I just cannot believe it. And I said, where's the day, right? So it's one class and one classroom after another. So I mean,
Do you have a meeting after us?
Pardon?
Do you have another Zoom meeting after us?
Yes, yes, there's another meeting. Yeah. Yeah, and there are meetings, and they are short, right? They are short meetings, but they are Zoom meetings with students and with the authorities, right, of the institutions. And so it's a kind of mess, but well, this is what we have to do, people, right?
Yes.
I guess that we are going to have another 15 more days of lockdown. Have you heard that?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
No, I mean,
No.
I want
But
to
I
go
think
back. Okay, so well,
we
anyway.
have to be patient because it's going to be more than a month or two.
More than 2 more weeks? Oh my gosh. Okay. So,
Yeah.
people, take care, work,
Thank you.
read, study, and whatever doubts you have, I cannot remember, but write it in the forums, right? In the forums when you are supposed to write your productions, and if you have a doubt, it says, Anna, before I continue, right? I have this doubt. So, and if any of your companions know, right, the answers, you are welcome. All right?
Okay.
Okay. Take care, and I'll schedule another meeting for next week during one of our classes. Okay?